Yeah, what's good, YouTube? This is the Fantasy Blitz Show, and we are back again with another episode for y'all. Today, we're going to talk about my top 3 breakout players this season. Now, we know the NFL season is just a week away, and a lot of y'all got drafts coming within these next 6 days. So I think these are some players you should very well be targeting in your upcoming drafts. For my first player on this list, I'm going to choose the one and only Garrett Wilson. Yeah, I am a Jets fan. You might think this is a little biased, but let me read something out for y'all. My man Garrett Wilson has league-winning potential, honestly, and I don't see why a top 3 wide receiver finish for him is out of his reach this season. With a guy like Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, yeah, he's pushing 40, but we've seen Tom Brady do the same thing. Why can't Aaron Rodgers? Now, he finished his rookie season with a 25% target share. Now, that's about right for top wide receivers on their respective teams. With the additions of Allen Lazard, Mecole Hardman, and Randall Cobb, and obviously now Corey Davis being retired, so no more targets for him, I still see 25% in his range, if not more. I don't really see that number going down. He also finished top 10 in targets last season with 146 of them. Now, yeah, that's a lot, you know. Can he repeat that? And with all those other wide receivers on that team, I don't see why not. Maybe 146 might be a little too high, but I don't see anything less than 110 for him this year, because Aaron Rodgers already loves him. We already seen that on week 3 in the preseason, and if you watch Hard Knocks, you'll also see that they have great chemistry. So 110 targets for him sounds about right. Now listen to this horrific stat, all right? Because last season we had the worst player at quarterback, and Zach Wilson was the worst, by far the worst thing that happened on our team. He was literally the worst player on our team, all right? Last year, in games without Zach Wilson, without him, he averaged about 17 fantasy points a game. This is Garrett Wilson we're talking about. So that's 6 catches of 11 targets and 82 yards. He averaged a game without Zach Wilson. Now, is there any reason why he can't repeat those numbers with a way better quarterback? I don't think he can't. So more of a reason why the whole target topic, I don't see why 146 is out of his reach. Biggest thing is if Aaron Rodgers can stay accurate, which I think unanimously we can all agree that's very manageable for Aaron Rodgers. This should be a huge season for Garrett Wilson, and that top 3 wide receiver finish, like I said, is definitely in the realm of him. For my next player on this list, I have Isaiah Pacheco. Where is he from? Rutgers, Jersey. Stand the fuck up. Let's go. He's being drafted as the RB29 in drafts, which isn't horrible, but he's in that mid-tier of running backs, which I think he has a great ceiling to be an RB1 on your team. He more than likely is the featured back in this offense. Granted, you know, we have Jerick McKinnon there, but I don't think he's going to be taking touches that crazy away from Pacheco this year. And just to let you know, Pacheco was a 7th round draft pick. No one saw him getting touches or let alone being a featured back on this KC team. But due to the injury of CEH and his lack of efficiency, we got to see Isaiah Pacheco be a featured back and finish the season with 830 rushing yards. And that was about 4.9 yards per carry that season for him. Solid season, wasn't the greatest. Once again, he was a rookie that just got thrown into there. Can he do better this season? I think he definitely will. And from week 10 through 17, where he got his start, he was RB21 in fantasy points per game, and he ranked 6th in total rushing yards in that span. So the boy's got potential to break out. More reps with this team and a whole offseason to be that number 1 guy. Granted, he did just come off of an injury, but it was nothing crazy, and he is back at practice, so he's ready for week 1. Watch out for that boy. One downside people like to say is he may lack a little bit of upside due to the fact that Jerick McKinnon is majority of the time going to be that RB that's going to be catching balls out of the backfield, so not too many catches for Isaiah Pacheco, but there's still a lot of opportunity for those touches and goal line carries for Isaiah Pacheco. Him finishing as the top RB15 this year is well in reach for him, I think, especially the fact that I think he's going to be a huge breakout and could probably finish the year as your RB1 on your team. And my last guy on this list is going to be Christian Watson. I like that boy. Right now, he's being drafted as the wide receiver 21 in drafts. He's definitely had a roller coaster of a season last year due to injuries and a few drops he had. But from week 10 through 13, he averaged 22.9 fantasy points a game and had 7 touchdowns in that span. A lot of people like to say his production last season came for touchdowns, and that's the reason why he was even relevant or all that. Yeah, he had Aaron Rodgers. Now he's got Jordan Love. But the way I see it, that preseason games that I've seen them both play, Christian Watson value should just be rising right now. At one point, I saw him as the wide receiver 23 in drafts. Now he went up a little bit to as the wide receiver 21. But he was among the NFL leaders in yards after the catch. He had 6.4, which is a lot of yards after that catch. Granted, do we know what we're going to see with Jordan Love? No, but I have faith in Jordan Love, especially the way they've been playing preseason. He's a strong wide receiver 2 with wide receiver 1 upside. And right now he's being drafted somewhere as the wide receiver 3, depending on your strategy in drafts. But I think as your wide receiver 2, which I have drafted already and have him as my wide receiver 2, I'm okay with it. And those were my top 3 breakout players this season. If you guys enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and pay attention because we got more content like this for you guys. But without further ado, this is the Fantasy Blitz Show. I'm Frankie J. We out. Peace.